Hi, my name is Regina and I'll be today's moderator for the roundtable. The members of the roundtable will be Lucero Espinosa, Dana Navarro, Juan Herrera, and Diego Romero, and the topic is John Crocker's novel Into the Wild.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Fine, thank you.
I'm great, thank you. Today we're going. I'm really excited to talk about this topic, this new book that we read, Into the Wild, and I think that I will start mainly not a lot about like what I thought about it. It was more like what it was about, or what I took from the book, and I think that like a theme that he really like the author really tried to like point out.
Well, thanks experts for sharing your ideas. It was certainly a really interesting and insightful roundtable, and thanks for watching.
At was the freedom, a freedom that a lot of teenagers, like in his, young years, try to look forward to, and I think that is something that has happened, like since all the time, But I find it really interesting because he really tried to stand this, to focus on this thing in the character, because this character really tried to look most of the time. Whatever he did was looking for his freedom, just that every single person have a different way to see freedom and to find freedom, or to look forward to something that would make the person feel like they have this freedom. So I found that really, really interesting.
Something that really stood out to me was how he took freedom into his hands, and that was he could move anywhere he wanted. If he wanted to go to one mountain or to a city, he could do that without anyone stopping him. And I think that was really cool of the book because, there was really no one telling him what to do.
Yeah, I think that it was that.
Yeah, I think with freedom he also looked for knowledge, because he had nothing. He wanted to learn everything about nature. I think he wanted to connect to the nature, and by having nothing he tried to acquire knowledge.
Yeah.
I think that another topic that really stands out in the novel is his ambition to feel free of everything he had made in his life, like going to school with his parents. He wanted to live another kind of life, as you can read on the novel. And I think that ambition can be represented in a bad way also, because he was really close-minded about the options that he had, like the opportunities he had, and he didn't take it, and well, he ended there.
Yeah, I think that was most of it, because it's obviously great to look for your freedom, but particularly when you're young, as we said, sometimes you look for your freedom in a very you don't really think about the consequences to a point where you get to risk your life. And in this particular concept, because a lot of young people try to look for the freedom, like getting out of the house, finding a job, trying to make money for living a life the way they wanted. But this particular character really had as you said, an allure for wilderness. For him it was something so important, and so he really didn't even want it money. He wanted it to be super into surviving what it was wilderness, and to a point in which he risked his life. And to be honest, I like the story. I like the story because I thought it was a very interesting story, particularly because it was a real life story. But I really didn't like the way, I don't know if you feel the same, the way he narrated it, because I got lost multiple times during the reading on what particular time we were at.
I like the story, I like the events, I think it was a good idea. I don't think it was told right though.
Yeah.
I think that the timeline that the author came up was really strange to read. I would like it more like a novel, not
Yes.
a documentary that I felt like I was reading it.
Yes, I totally agree, and I think he didn't wrote a right story, but it was more notes, the interviews he had with the people that knew Christopher, and it was more my Dana said, it was more like a documentary.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
Well, thanks experts for sharing your ideas. It was certainly a really interesting and insightful roundtable, and thanks for watching.